Don't forget about us or our needs. That message today from Iron Range mayors to Governor Walz.
Northern News Now, Sophia Lauber spoke with the mayors who say their needs are unique compared to the rest of the state. Sophia, what sets the Iron Range apart?
Lauren, Dan, as the region's name suggests, communities there are uniquely dependent on mining and on legislation that boosts that industry. I heard from Iron Range mayors who recently voiced those unique needs in a letter to Governor Tim Walz and members of the Minnesota legislature.
We're a mining area, so there are things that are just specific to just our region that won't get mentioned unless we bring those to the forefront.
While the iron ore industry has recently been up against Minnesota's sulfate standard, Hibbing Mayor Pete Heiduke says Iron Range mayors are pushing for streamlined permitting processes for all types of mining and resource development, from helium to precious metals.
The permitting process for the mining industry to move forward has been very slow.
Last year's idling of 2 range mines adds extra pressure to speed things up. Mayor Biwabik Steve Beyondich feels that urgency personally, as one of hundreds laid off from Minorca mine in Virginia.
To have people be able to go get a job at Wasabi Metallics, at New Range Copper, at Twin Metals, opening up these other opportunities for people to be able to stay in our area, work in our area, raise our families. That's what the ultimate goal is.
Besides mining, the mayors list bonding dollars, local government aid, and rural health care support as legislative priorities. Beyondich says Biwabik badly needs funding for their public safety building and support for EMS services.
It's very difficult for us in our small communities to operate these different agencies.
But Heiduke emphasizes many of those concerns are shared by other communities, adding, on the range, it all comes back to one thing.
Mining is the foundation of our communities up here. We want to see that expedited so that we can move our region and our economy at a faster pace.
As the mayors push for state legislation, there's also currently federal mining legislation awaiting the U.S. Senate's vote. That would reverse a mining ban, opening up copper-nickel mining opportunities near the Boundary Waters. While related to permitting, that's a separate issue from those addressed in this letter. Live in studio, Sophia Lauber, Northern News Now.